All right. Let the world know. Do it.
Okay, I see us, which is good.
That's a start. Don't sound too bad.
Left is, or should I say, Discord 2 now?
As well, I don't know.
There it goes.
You don't deserve to be on YouTube.
There is at least one person who definitely thinks that way.
Yeah, I know, but I co-host with you anyway.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, I think all the notifications have been sent out then, which is good. I have a very special.
Okay.
So, this has been making the rounds on Twitter, and it's something I never would have expected. You know what a sourdough cocktail is?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. It is a cocktail from Dawson City where the toe of a miner that frostbit and fell off has been put in drink.
A minor or a minor?
Miner 49er.
Okay. That was gold, not coal, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. And what this has led to is because first off, that's a choice, right? To drop an old frostbitten toe in your drink.
Look, people have eaten mummies before.
Yeah. I didn't say it makes it less weird. But yeah.
They're like, no, leave the body in honey for 100 years. And the people of that time can crack it open and have lunch.
Yeah. What it's led to, though, is a trend on Twitter of people. I'm sorry, on X.
I'm offended.
People, you should be. Of people talking about weird things they've eaten. And so my pre-show topic for you today is, what is the weirdest thing you've eaten?
Sure, there's children that may watch this show. Yeah.
Let's try and keep it a little bit clean.
Golly, what a question. I don't know. I don't know what's what counts as weird.
Well, like, most people would probably say haggis is weird, right? I love haggis.
It's because it is.
But
yeah. But now I'm like, is it like, because I've eaten tail of the alligator.
Okay, yeah. Hey, well.
You know? So I don't know. For some people, that would be weird.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I have like a real good answer for that.
Okay.
Because I'll try just about anything, except cannibalism. That's off the table, right? And then in Chile, I believe it's there. They have a thing they do, but they cook, and it cooks the chick in the egg.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could do that. I don't know. I don't think I can eat that one.
That would be pretty tough.
Yeah. I have to reformat that completely before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've eaten that kind of scorpion before.
I don't think I've ever had scorpion.
I had a scorpion dipped in maple syrup when I was in Canada.
Canadians. Gosh.
The worst part was because it was dipped in maple syrup, it kind of didn't have a flavor. So what was the point? It could have been anything could have been dipped in maple syrup and we would have been fine.
Well, we could come up with something else, to make maple syrup crunchy. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's stuff I'd like to try. I probably never will get the chance.
Yeah.
Really, that falls under all kinds of categories. We're
I
talking
was gonna
about food.
say, hold on now. I think that's a little more broad.
Yeah. Well, we're sticking with food right now. I don't know. Can I tell? Because I've eaten shark, and that's like completely normal for some people, and other people it's like weird to
Yeah.
do. Same way with like squid.
Yeah.
Right? Squid Ink.
Yeah.
Uh, had uh the spaghetti. The love of my life made spaghetti. We had black spaghetti. It's delicious.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. So I don't know. I don't know. There's been a few different things, but I don't think anything's real outlandish.
Yeah. I guess that's where I'm at too. Of like, hey, the things that I've eaten, most people, depending on where you're at, most people would be like, "Oh, that's weird," but they wouldn't be like, "I'd never eat that." I guess haggis is the weirdest one for most people, right? Because if they don't know what it is, they'll eat it.
Look, that goes for a lot of things.
That's true.
Right?
If you tell somebody what it is, people look.
Mountain oysters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My family's German Irish. You should tell people before you feed them haggis what it is. You should let them know. Let them make that choice for themselves. Don't spring that on them.
It's sheep stomach.
It's dang good though.
Oats and barley. The yeah. It's like the food is weird.
Yeah.
Just drink is weird. It is. They're both definitely a necessity, but also kind of a luxury.
Yeah.
Like if life's okay, you can eat stuff. Like if you live in the tundra, let's say, or up at the Arctic.
Yeah.
Like you kill a seal to eat, you're probably eating the whole thing.
Right.
Right? Nothing's gonna go to waste out of that.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to go, hey, let's put this aside, right?
Right.
Here. So I don't know. Because I'm sure somebody who has to, that's how they live and that's part of life.
Okay.
Fair enough. Love of my life. Yeah. I completely forgot where we're going with that, but I'm sure there's stuff that I eat that I'm sure some people find like weird.
Yeah.
They would probably find a McDonald's burger just the most bizarre thing.
Yeah. Well, in the area around where I live, crawdads.
Mud bugs are very strange to some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
People will like line up their cars by a drive-in to. I seen it.
Yeah.
Waiting down the highway to get to the things. But why are we talking about mud bugs?
Just weird foods. I like crawdads though.
Yeah, but this started somewhere and I forgot.
That is very fair, Faith, and
Fair?
also advice that I should probably take as well if I hear a crash. Uh-oh. Froze for a second there. You still with us?
I hope so.
Okay.
Okay. Am I frozen still?
No, you're good now.
Okay. Will you please start this show?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Would you eat a mud crab, though? From Fallout.
Look, if you the what Mirelurks?
Mirelurk, yeah.
Yeah, the mud crabs are Skyrim, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, try to trick me. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't know. Probably.
All right. I was just curious. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
We got some stuff to talk about tonight. I'm really excited. But first, let's get absolutely destroyed, chat, in a pop quiz.
Yes. So, I kind of like just asking you about weird random crap.
Okay.
Rather than, like, if I throw something in your wheelhouse, you're gonna do pretty good at it. So,
pop mute.
What's the point of it if I can't show you that you know nothing? I got some random stuff to ask you. Right?
Okay. Like random.
So we're gonna start out. I got a question about penguins. On to that. What?
What about Roly Poly Oly though? He's a robot. I don't want to eat him.
No. Have him prepare me food. Okay. So the first question about penguins, I know where this could go. It's not going that way. Through
Okay.
that, I'm trying to make something wholesome about penguins.
Okay.
Right. So when a male penguin falls in love with a female penguin, he'll search the entire beach to find the perfect something to give to her. What is that something?
It's a stone.
Stone or pebble is a good answer.
Yeah.
Yes. Penguins fall in love, they give each other stones.
I remember that movie as a kid. I don't remember what it was called, but where the penguin has to find the green pebble.
Wasn't it Happy Feet?
No, I mean he did have to find a pebble in Happy Feet too. But I'm gonna look this up while you give me the next question.
Oh my gosh. That. Yes. I'm not worried about old Benadryl Cumberbund right now.
The Pebble and the Penguin is what it's called.
Oh, okay. That's pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Can't believe I couldn't remember that.
No, my head. Oh, really? The story about the pebble and the penguin? You just thought it should be something clever, did you not?
Yeah, I really did.
So, New Zealand. You can get a residency visa to live in New Zealand.
Okay.
New Zealand will deny your residency visa if something's too high. And if this number comes back and it's too high, you will be rejected.
Oh. I got two good guesses here. I'm going to say it's your height.
No, there's a good guess in chat too. Good guess in chat. Now they want the rich people there. They're gonna. I bet there's a lower end to the income thing. Like
yeah, right.
Enough. Right? No. So if your BMI is too high, you will be denied your residency visa.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yes.
My second guess was going to be your IQ, which would have been really dumb, but I could see a country doing it.
You're too smart to live here. This childhood activity is illegal to do in Oshawa, a town in Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, childhood activity.
This childhood activity.
Hopscotch.
No. It's climb trees.
Oh.
It is illegal to climb trees in Oshawa, in Ontario, and Canada. Yeah, with that.
Why?
When you blush, something else also turns red. What is that? Like right now, Trey, what are you thinking?
Something that I can't say. I'm going to say your nose. Your nose also turns red.
No, that counts as a blushing.
Okay. I'm going to say your... Are we counting the ears too then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Across
I'm going to say the palms of your hands.
Not bad.
Which are white while I'm blushing, so...
Right. Nice try. Do that. No, say lining of your stomach.
Oh.
Right, don't ask me how I know that. They are. No, when you blush, the lining of your stomach also blushes.
Oh, okay. Thanks for having my back, pal.
Right. So right then for you, it was glowing.
Yeah.
What question were you on? I forgot.
That's a good question. I also don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was the fourth one. Okay.
All red for all of us. Yeah. We're on question 5, says Faith.
Okay. Thank you. I got distracted. I'm sorry. Simple question: true or false? Which is hotter, a bolt of lightning or the sun? The surface of the sun.
Oh, I feel like this is a trick question, but it's the surface of the sun, right?
No.
Is it really a
Both
bolt of lightning?
lightning is 6 times hotter than the sun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's what happens to all of our enemies in Lotro.
Yes. You're so cruel. Yeah. So is that was that man? He's got a he's got a record that I wouldn't want. He got struck by lightning 7 times. Never killed him.
Wow.
Yeah, like melted his. He was an officer, and he got like you can see his guns melted. It's 7 times.
That's a lot of damage.
So, the Emperor, Star Wars lied to me. The Emperor should have been dead when the Force lightning came back at him. Because it was like on his face for a long time.
Yeah.
How could you, George? Because I trusted you.
Wow. Whatever. I gotta ask the 5th question, Trey. Come on now.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So that was wrong. So 6th question. What percentage of the Earth's population naturally has green eyes?
3%.
That is not bad, but not correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to mark you wrong because I love using my red pen.
I don't blame you.
Superiority. It's 2%.
Oh, okay.
The Earth's population naturally has green eyes, and you can have surgery to make brown eyes blue, but you can't have surgery to make blue eyes brown.
Huh.
That's
Okay.
a freebie.
Why would you have surgery without just put contacts in that change the color of your eyes?
It's weird.
I can wear contacts that give me the Mangekyo Sharingan from Naruto.
Yeah.
Like,
you can have a drink with a toe in it.
Yeah. Why not?
There's a lot of stuff.
There are no toes in my drink.
7th question. Bridesmaids are there for moral support. That's not what they were originally intended for. What were they originally intended for?
They were there to dress the bride and clean up after the wedding.
No, you misogynist pig. I'm going to mark you wrong on that.
They're called maids.
No, they were there. They were intended. They're there to confuse the evil spirits that may want to do harm to the bride.
Oh.
Yeah. So, they're there to stand out saying, hey, I'm willing to risk an evil spirit targeting me because this chick did something wrong.
I really like Faith's answer, though, of they were there to make sure the bride didn't run.
Onto that. Yeah, only in certain states, and that's when the bridesmaids are the groom's sisters.
Oh.
To that. You ain't nowhere. Now, you ain't going nowhere. You're gonna marry him. There we go. What was that?
That was 7.
That was 7. So okay, I'm working on it. On that. So which animal has a better sense of smell? A dog or an ant?
An ant. Easy.
Very good. Very good. Got one right there.
Ants can smell food from forever away in anything. I think if you had a crumb on a space station, ants would build a tower to get there.
Yeah. You can't leave. You need to get stuff out of it. You can't leave it down. It happens to everybody around here. The ants will one day take over.
Yep.
See that. All right. So they can't really ask. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to ask them. So I've got a long list. So
I got you.
To there. That would be kind of rude to ask you us about what the nose can smell. So hold on.
Yeah, that's. I
Wow.
can smell some things now.
We're going comparatively here, right? So, which creature has more taste buds, a child or an adult?
Ooh, I'm gonna say a child. I think we lose them as we get older, right?
All right, yeah. There you go. Very good. It was a child. All right.
Thank you, Faye.
There's an animal. This is your last one.
Okay.
This is your last one. There's one animal on Earth. There may be others. Oh, that one mammal whose kidneys are so efficient that they can rehydrate by drinking seawater.
Mammal.
Yeah. Now that would kill, obviously anybody else. You can't water everywhere, but not a drug to drink.
Right.
The whole thing. Can't rehydrate with seawater. This is about survival.
I'm gonna say it's the polar bear.
That's good. That's good. That's a wonderful guess. The actually, believe it or not, it's a cat.
A cat?
Cat kidneys are so efficient, they can rehydrate by drinking seawater.
Wow.
Stupid, weird little killing machines is what they are. Well, look, if I asked you a Gundam quiz, you'd have got them all, unless I tricked you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know nothing about randomness.
My life sure feels random.
I don't know how that phrase works. All right, take it back. We'll move on with the show now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we gotta hydrate. Thank you.
Hydrate then.
Good thing it's not salt water. Speaking of those wonderful little killing machines, I got a new one of those this week.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. My wife did.
The keep the story straight, Bubba.
What's that?
So keep the story straight now.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
No need for that.
Due to a really funny in-joke between you and me, the cat is named after Schwartzbruder.
Yep.
We did that to him. Accidentally, but still.
No. I made a reference. That reference was not.
It had nothing to do with G-Gundam.
You made a joke. Trying to be clever, Trey.
And my wife didn't know the difference between the two
That's what
references.
you ended up with. This is your fault, sir.
Yeah. He's cute, though. I'd show you a picture, but all the pictures I have her in them, and I don't think she would appreciate them very much. So,
Fair enough.
wait till he's a little older. All right, though. That does lead us, talking about Schwartzbruder, into Gundam.
Yeah. We watched some of this, right?
20 episodes into Wing.
Yes. Yeah. I like Wing. All right.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's funny. The OP makes it seem like way deeper and bigger than it is really, But like the characters all right. And I can see, especially, for kids that grew up in America or, maybe just in other places because maybe it's outsourced more, but where, I think, what was it on? Toonami?
Yeah.
Was where it was on it. This is a pretty good introduction.
Yeah.
They haven't, they tell I know it's not the same story. It's the same story as the OG Gundam. It's kind of like a weird reboot. I don't think anything could truly ever touch the first Gundam.
Right.
Even with the Salt Run, because of where the influences came from. You can see them come through.
Yeah.
The time period and everything. But it's it's a pretty solid series.
Yeah.
Through that,
I think it's nice to come back to something a little bit more grounded after how out there new type powers had gotten in the Universal Century timeline, and then how G Gundam is just nonsense most of the time. It's nice to come back to something a little bit more grounded that tries to play by its rules. Its rules are the Gundams can't take damage ever unless they blow themselves up. But
yeah. Well, look, it's got some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Gundanium. Okay, whatever. Right, we got it. That spoon feed the stupid Americans.
I still think it's really dumb when Zex is like bashing the Gundam with the beam saber and it's doing nothing.
I didn't watch the original, like Avatar the movie.
Yeah.
The Blue People movie.
Yeah.
The first one. I didn't watch it until, it had been in theaters for a while. Everybody was like, oh. Look, I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Unobtainium.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like that.
Oh, man, it's rough. But look, it's not, obviously, this is not a show, as much as I make fun of it being American, it wasn't marketed to me.
Right.
Through it. But yeah, do notice not many lasers, a lot more ballistics, a lot more explosions. Probably got the highest kill count I've seen in a Gundam so far.
Yep.
But, and we've got a couple with like colony drops. Right?
Yeah. Have a good one, Will.
Will, please be careful. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Maybe. Hopefully. Be back. Running away forever. The
like Zex Marquise. Hurry up, run.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't have anything really to drop in it. I'm kind of glad it feels Gundam-y again.
Yeah.
There's this war, there's these factions, there's Earth, space. And within Earth, there's, two there.
Yeah.
Because there's an alliance, but now the alliance has failed.
Right.
I know that.
Oz.
I think it might be a good starting point for Gundam too.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's really simple in a lot of ways. There's not a lot of main characters. There's like 20 tops.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a pretty good. Hey, I want to get into this series, but I want something not too complicated. Here you go.
Right. Yeah, you go from that. I don't know. It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's nowhere near as eye-opening as some of them have been. Yeah.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Trace Kushanada, Mr. I'm going to walk up and just tell my people, execute this guy. Don't actually do it, though. Because I just want to prove a point. It's like, all right, look, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good way to handle that.
No, that was quite a show of power. That was a show, or a show of loyalty that he commands from his troops. Because I got it in bat an eyelash. Now you gotta die.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot him, by the way. I don't want to.
Right. In Minecraft.
But about 3 of them there that were like,
yeah.
Well, for us, it's a Tuesday.
Right. Yep. I do want to give a quick shout out to Lady Un too. In my memory of Wing, I had not given her the due that she deserves. She is a much more nuanced character than I remember her being. Like her.
Yeah. Well, we talk about the how the story is told, the story base and how it's laid out, and how each type of storytelling, changes how you look at things. And this one, for out of the Gundam, as far as the storytelling goes and the story of it goes, it's kind of the most comfortable.
Yeah.
Of keeping everything in line, and it's a little bit complicated, but not too bad. It's got faction and stuff like that, but I don't think it's too bad.
All right. Well, we will have 10 more episodes to talk about next week if things go as planned, and we'll see if opinions have changed. Do you have has your opinion changed on which your favorite Gundam is so far, or is it still the Tallgeese?
As far as suit, I do like the tall geese because there's like they're not getting it fully, but
Right.
it's the closest thing to I can think of, and there's others they've kind of done it before, but like there's something kind of mythological about this Gundam.
Right.
Like this model's 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know, we should be well past what this can do, and yet, you know, it does all these things, and it's still, even though you got great machines out there, it's like that one's still getting called out as like I don't, yeah, I'll face it if I have to, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But want to, so it's still got a little bit of mystique about it. I think they're pulling the curtain back on the wizard a little bit, but that's all right. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Probably low. I would definitely probably feel the safest in that one.
Yep.
Still
Man Rock and
Heavy Arms reminds me way too much of a Transformer.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one, but like way too much every time. Every time I see it, I do like the recycled Schwarzburner one. I think that one's really cool.
Yeah.
And then Southside's one, Wolfie.
Yeah.
Is his upgrade that Southside got at that was pretty neat.
Yeah. It's a good looking Gundam.
The models are good. They do good looking models. Like I can't, take it away.
Yeah.
Very rarely something come up that has, like, that's just lazy.
Yeah.
That is circle with pinchers. I don't know what you're doing. That's no.
Yeah. Yeah. Slow down, Will. If Rundgren and slow down, Will.
Yell at me. Well, somebody has to yell at me. Will's gone.
No, I'm really looking forward to the next that episode.
Sure, whatever. We'll see.
But that leads us into weeks. How has your week been, good sir?
I have no life. So not much to talk about. We are in a very cool. I like the little story that we're going through in Lotro.
Yeah.
I was going to be happy about that. Someone said that. Then, we talked about Gundam. Watched that. Ran around Fallout. Watched children.
Sounds like fun.
I did. I have done a little bit. I've done a little bit of homework for Thursday.
Yeah.
Watching some videos. I watched a few videos on the Inuit, and it's gonna be kind of like the I had to do Australia. It's like, look, there's all these, and they all have their own individual ones, but this is kind of over them. Maybe we can make some generalizations over,
Yeah.
What that, and that's what we're gonna have to kind of look at there.
Okay.
But of course, cool. Really, not much else. Drank coffee. Yeah. So, and that makes me happy that I drank coffee. So how's your week been, sir?
It's been pretty good. I haven't slept much, but I got a lot of back end work done. I have been drinking coffee. I haven't got as much forward facing work done. Like, there's no videos going up tonight or tomorrow, unless I get them done tonight. But I finished Trails into Reverie.
Okay.
And then after I finished Trails into Reverie, I had to go back and do about 3 hours more of side content to be able to get all the story. To be able to say goodbye to all the characters and all that stuff,
Some blanks and stuff.
Yeah. And it's pretty good. It's really solid. I'm planning on recording the review either tomorrow or tonight, depending. I'm trying to let it settle so I can decide how I feel about it.
Because right now I'm emotional.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Make up my mind.
You get this game is kind of like a goodbye to. It's a send off to 10 games worth of characters, because the next set of games are going to be in a different part of the world. And most of those characters aren't going to be there. And it could be, I'll put it this way. At the very first game in the series, you meet a guy, and he's really cool. And he's in the second game, and he's in the third game, and then he doesn't show up again, ever. Because he's in that other place we're going to. That's the way a lot of these characters are going to be.
Yeah, gotcha.
So they had to make sure everybody got their due. Everybody got their time. And
oh man, that's too much world building, man. Come on,
it's a lot of work, right? And so when somebody goes, "Hey, I really want to get into this game, this series you're playing. This is the 11th game, but it's a good starting point." It's like, yeah, it's a good starting point. It's like, okay, where do I go from there? Back to the beginning. You go all the way back, and you work your way forward, and you see all the cool references you didn't get before.
Well, why don't you just say, start at the beginning?
Yeah, I mean that's where I recommend people start. But
you missed a lot.
And as if all of that wasn't enough, you also need to read the books in the games. Because the books that are in the games give you advanced information for characters and background information for characters you're going to meet later in the series. And you need to know that information for their stories to make sense. So not only do you need to play 10 games, but you need to read a total of like 10 books, all short stories, but 3 and 9 took me like 3 hours to read. So and as Faith has just said, I understand why that's too much for a lot of people, and that's why I got to let it settle before I make the review. Because if I just made the review right now, it would be a super glowing review. But I feel like it's unfair to review it without referencing and talking about, if you want to get to this point, you've never played these before, you got to play 10 games.
I have kept up with the games through the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's a few things like that. I can't really think of many games, series that hold up to that.
Right.
There's some that have tried, right? Like Resident Evil tried, and it seems like they have heck with it.
Yeah.
It goes off a little bit. It's not exactly the same world, but it kind of is. Yeah. Make Wesker show up, and then it'll come out as being the same thing.
Sonic tried it.
Bad games,
right?
Sonic tried it, but they can't. You can't really link those together.
Nope.
And look, the amount of hoops people would jump through to put a series like Zelda or Final Fantasy into like a timeline. No, that's way too much.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be in depth, right?
Mm-hmm.
This big world, and they give lots of information. I can't think of many other games, books, obviously,
right?
Movies,
TV shows.
Yeah, you got series and stuff like that. You go through. That's quite a dedication to a world, to a story.
Like, just to put this in perspective for anybody that doesn't understand, because I know Rungren's getting where I'm throwing down here, but like, if getting what I'm throwing down, I guess not where. Partway through book 3, they introduced a thing called the Salt Pail. Book 3, game 3, they introduced a thing called the Salt Pail, which is really cool. That is vitally important for 4 characters. If you don't read that story about the Salt Pail, you're not going to understand what's going on with those characters. And it doesn't get brought up again, basically, until game 10, when other characters go, yeah, man, that was really tough with the Salt Pail. I'm glad you had my back then. And the other character being like, yeah, it's been since then, since we've seen each other, but it's good to be working again. And it's like, I'm going, yeah! But somebody else is going, what? What is a salt pail? What? And there is no reference to it anywhere else in the game. You can't learn where it is in game 10. You can't learn what happened there in game 10. You only get that from game 3.
Yeah. They're Easter eggs for its own games.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So it's weird and special in a lot of ways, but it's not something I'd easily recommend to a lot of people.
Fair enough.
I beat that. I am working on Guild Wars 2 again, trying to get Iceberg Saga done before the new expansion.
You can't beat an MMO. What are you doing?
I know.
Can you pause it for a second?
Yeah, I think so. But I'm 2 more chapters in than I was, and I'm making a good cut through into Iceberg Saga. The story so far is really good. I've also spent 100 gold in the process trying to craft my legendary. I'd really like to have that before the expansion too. I don't think that's going to happen. But Guild Wars 2 continues to be really good. I would probably be 3 chapters in, if not for the sake that the second chapter took me over an hour and a half to finish.
Slow poke.
And it's because you play as somebody that's not you.
Yeah, MMOs don't get that right. I love the idea of that.
Yep.
You know, it's a really good way to help tell the story, part of it, but I've yet to come across an MMO that does that well.
Disappointed indeed. I agree.
Is this how I'm supposed to be playing my main character?
Right. I like Lairdin a lot, right?
Yeah.
I hated playing as Lairdin, and it's that.
Yeah. I don't know. The Grey Company, the Dunedain.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that one was so bad.
14 has one that is one of the best moments in the game.
Yeah.
But it makes an instances are normally like 10 to 15 minutes, right? That instance has a 40-minute lockout timer on it. And I think I went 36, 37 minutes trying to beat it. Because you got one move. But story-wise, they're always really cool, but I think in some ways I'd rather just watch a cutscene.
Yeah. Yeah. It all depends on setting and context.
Yeah. But still working on Guild Wars 2. I've also been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. Fine.
So, I got this back in early access. Way back when, in 2020. And I tried to make a video on it then. The game was too broken to work. And I put it down and said I'd come back to it later and completely forgot about it. The video did not do well. So I'm on the fence about whether or not I should make another video now that it's out. Now I feel like I probably should, right? Now that it's out again but it's not going to be a first impressions. It's just going to be, hey, the game runs fine now.
You got it's a whole nother thing because you got a beta version, right?
Yeah.
Right now, see, that doesn't count.
That's true.
That only counts if they don't fix any of the things that were problem with that.
That's true. And so far, it's all been fixed that I ran into. I'm still running into bugs. You and I both know I will always find bugs somehow.
I don't think that's really you don't have to be a detective to
right.
do that.
It's not a superpower. It's just
through that. When game engines are weird.
Right.
People are lazy.
My favorite so far has been my character just standing up in cutscenes where they're supposed to be laying down.
Yeah, okay.
Like it'll be a camp cutscene and everybody's laying down except for my character who's just standing there completely still.
What engine is it built in?
I don't know. I can pull it up real quick and see. But it is a really solid game so far. I like it a lot. Will it be my game of the year? I don't know. Probably not, but it's still really good.
I would like to play that one. I would.
It is in the Divinity 4 engine.
Divinity 4. Okay, I don't know much about that one. I can't talk about it. But it's kind of funny. You can, because of this day and age, I used to be like, this game is buggy.
Yeah.
And now you can go, this game is buggy. Yeah, what engine are you using? Okay, well, these bugs are in that engine.
Right.
So you can see them across multiple games.
This game is like exactly what I want out of a D&D style game, and also missing some of the things I really want.
I feel that.
The level cap is 12. So I rolled a wizard before I knew the level cap was 12. I'm not going to get a lot of the really cool spells.
No, you're not going to make it to 12.
Right.
The more bugs than a bake sale.
Not this one so far, at least. But
I'm sure it does have some.
There's a lot of like vertical movement in this that I think is really good. Most CRPGs don't have that, right? Because this gives you the ability to jump and shove like you can in 5e, And so there's a lot more that you can do with the environment jumping around places that you can't do in other CRPGs, you know? I don't think I can. Rundgren might be able to.
I think so. Not off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
But it's...
You've caught for sure.
It's really fun. Man, spells are weak in this game.
Well, okay. You're old. Shush. No, it is a game I want to play.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's one. I got a couple questions about it.
Okay.
Do you have a story? Like, does your character, like, you start out with a background?
No, but you have a story thrust upon you pretty quick.
Okay. So you don't just step out in the world and you wander.
No.
It's gotta, okay. Do that. So I think some games are not going through on what they promise.
Right.
You know, when they say you can go and do whatever you want, you really can, you know. And that's fine if the guy if it's a story game, if you're making okay. Fallout 4, when I've been playing, that's I can run around and do a lot of stuff, but that's basically a movie I play through.
Yeah.
There's a storyline there. And I don't really want that.
Yeah. It's definitely not Skyrim, right?
Skyrim, but Skyrim's a little more open, right? Yeah. You don't the story's not centered about anybody's related to you or anything. So it does feel a little more open,
right?
That's happening to the world, not you personally.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the better way to look at Baldur's Gate would be like an adventure path or an adventure book, where like for 5e or for Pathfinder, where you have the world is already preset and the NPCs are already preset, but your interactions with all of it are up to you, and you can choose to just completely abandon the main quest if you want to. Really should not, for reasons I don't want to spoil, but you could if you wanted to.
Fair enough. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to have... We'll see how... You know, we'll get some time to see how it does.
Right.
There's Starfield's releasing next month.
Yeah. Yeah. Review embargo goes up tomorrow.
Really?
So we will see how that affects
Starfield.
But one last thing I wanted to say real quick on Baldur's Gate is I really like the way they've done the NPCs. Like Divinity was the previous game they made, right? Divinity Original Sin 2. And that game starts with you basically locked on an island, unable to use all your powers, and you have to figure out how to get off that island before you unlock those powers. But Baldur's Gate goes, hey, you can use all your stuff right away. You can go collect other NPCs and have them in your party. At any time, you can change their class. You can change your class. You wind up not being happy with what you got, you can change any of it. But it costs you gold. And those characters are characters in their own right. They have their own things they care about, their own side quests, stuff like that. If they don't like what you're doing, they'll just leave to go do it on their own. Or they could even attack you. And it's like, that reminds me in a lot of ways of like Fallout 1 and 2. Or like Far Cry 2.
Yeah.
In a way that I think is really cool. Because at most, when recent games have been really terrified, I guess is maybe the right word, to take party members away from you. Like in Mass Effect, if you make somebody mad, they just won't go on that next mission with you. And then the mission after that, you can bring them again like nothing happened.
Yeah. Some games, some worlds, some things you play through are not meant to be 100%ed. So it's okay if your choices change that for you don't need, your story shouldn't be such that you're going to have to like make up with them, you know, later. So I don't know. Hopefully it's good. Everybody has a good time playing video games. Hopefully, that will be a thing. There'll be some.
That's all I want from Baldur's Gate is just to be a fun game, and so far it's succeeding in that regard.
Okay, that's the important thing.
But that's pretty much been my week. I built some more models. We got that cat, but that's pretty much been where I'm at. You know, we'll move on.
Yes. Don't forget, you can use its liver to filter seawater.
Yeah, exactly. You know, in a bad situation.
Yeah.
So let's get into reviews.
Okay.
We are starting off with Moving Out 2. And because I feel like you don't know what that is, I have a description for you. I say that I didn't know what it was for today.
Is this a decoration game where you decorate your apartment?
Not quite. That was unpacking.
That's what that was. Okay, sorry.
This is a game about moving things out of buildings for people. You're part of the Smooth Moves team, and you have to get stuff out of their houses or into their houses to be able to move. And it is silly physics fun, it seems. You're part of the FART team, Furniture Arrangement and Relocation Technician.
Excellent. I'm giving it 86 because of that name.
That's fair. This would be a perfect Rundgren's assignment game if I could get code to it.
If you say so. I'm just saying because of that genius name there. I got to go 86.
Yeah. If I could get code to it. I'm just... Devs, if you're watching. Just saying.
We got a 78 here.
Score is... What number did you say?
I said 86.
Okay. Just like Waverly, then.
Yeah.
Score is 82. Very, very close.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's grab my blurbs here. PSX Brazil says, with improved mechanics, a variety of challenges... He did steal your number. Unique humor, full of current references, and a strong emphasis on cooperation. Moving Out 2 stands out as a title that elevates the experience of the original to new heights. The game proves that change can be a good thing, especially when it comes to providing uninterrupted and chaotic fun. It certainly deserves a prominent place in its collection of games.
Sure, it's fun in a game. It's not very fun in real life.
Right? It breaks friendships, too. You call a friend and go, hey, can you help me move out? And then they stop talking to you.
Yeah.
So, PlayStation Universe says Moving Out 2 reeks of charm and goofy heart, which makes for a winning recipe when coupled with gameplay that matches perfectly. This may not be a title that everyone will enjoy, but anyone looking for a fun break from norm or love goofy games have something special to find in Moving Out 2. And I know the grammar's not perfect on those two reviews. I'm trying to branch out and read more reviews that weren't originally written in English. And I don't want to change them up too much. Because I find very often that the best blurbs don't come from America. I don't know what that says about us. Just that most of the American outlets have a 2-sentence blurb.
Right? That's what's required.
Almost like they want to be on the back of the game package.
Right? Do that.
25 reviewers, by the way.
Make it fit. You know what? 80.
Okay.
80. This might be a little bit recommended.
The X and I will do a slow dance.
Really? Really, Faith? What is this? Price is Right?
She's trying to learn from what we were talking about with Dark. If you're right or one off, then she's got it, you know? The answer is 96%.
Right.
People really seem to like this.
So disappointed in you.
All right, now the next one I also didn't know. I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse about these games. Because apparently Moving Out 2 is really good. But this next game is called Atlas Fallen. Which is really... I'm not trying to be a jerk here. That's a really generic sounding title.
Yeah. First he shrugged and now he's fallen, huh?
Yeah. He's fallen and he can't get up. The summary for this game is rise from the dust and glide the sands of a timeless land filled with ancient dangers, mysteries, and fragments of the past. Hunt legendary monsters with powerful sand-infused weapons and abilities in spectacular superpowered combat. Action RPG.
Okay. So, it's named after a Greek myth. Sounds like it's like the environment's kind of like the Sahara.
Seems like it.
80.
Okay.
I'm around the middle, something weird. Thanks to me.
74 reviewers this time. The score is 68.
Okay.
I have 2 blurbs for you. Remember, there are 74 reviews, so it took me a while to find 2 that I was really happy with. But
whatever, it's a hard job. We get it, Trey. Read the story. Read the blurbs.
Player2.net.au from Australia.
That's what the AU.
Yeah. Yes. They even still make those buttons? Probably not. Says, when you break it down, there is nothing in Atlas Fallen we haven't seen before. Everything it does, someone else has done in another game. That being said, what Deck 13 has done is bring these elements together into a rollicking adventure that hits all the right notes for action fans. It tells an engaging, if cliched story, and never outstays its welcome.
That's not a bad thing.
Try Hard Guides says, Atlas Fallen is a game that wants to be so many things, but fails to be any one of them. It wants to be the next epic fantasy universe, but lacks the originality or compelling writing to do so. It wants to be an action game akin to its inspirations, but can't quite deliver on the mechanics it's inspired by. It wants to be an amazing piece of visual art, but delivers stunning vistas alongside jilted animations and boring enemy designs. It's a game where deceptive marketing, showing off an inaccurate portrayal of the experience ahead, and one that feels like it had too many teams working on it at once. Unfortunately, it's also one you should probably give a wide berth.
I guess they didn't get a code for it. You know what? The way it sounds, I'm going to have to go. I was trying to go 68. Faith, you wait just a second. Gosh. I have the ghost of Bob Barker haunt you now. Over that. I'll stay with it, 68.
Okay. Waverly's going to stick with an 86. I'm assuming.
Look, she's like the ice cream board. Yes, I know. Refer to my former statement.
The score is 38%.
Ha! Well, I was closer than you. That's all that matters to me now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Through that. I guess they did not like it, huh?
No, they did not.
No, did not like it. Yeah. Wouldn't recommend it.
Next up. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Next up
is Stray Gods, the role-playing musical.
What are we doing, Trey? 92.
I couldn't resist. Okay, it's a role-playing music video game. So they say on their own official Steam blurb.
It would.
It looks to me like a visual novel mixed with song elements, mixed with being about gods.
Okay, you know what? Look, if I tell you some of the stories I love, I'm sure they come off weird as well.
Right. And you can present anything that way, right?
Yeah. 84.
Okay.
84.
Waverly's trying not to make a big crash. Look, that's fair. I don't blame you.
I'm sitting here trying to stay calm.
I just have this image in my head now of Waverly with like a bomb, just holding the two lines together until the end of the podcast.
Yeah. Will you guys hurry up?
The score is 79.
Okay. All right. That's not a horrible score.
Yeah. All right, I've got
higher score, but it's not a horrible score.
a couple blurbs for you here.
Fine.
Dual Shockers says a modern day musical retake. Wow, I'm so sorry. A modern day musical murder mystery in which the Greek gods are living among mortals, and you've just become one of them. Dual Shockers was provided with a copy of this game for review purposes. So again, I had to include the one that was like, yeah, no, they want this on the back of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on with the next one.
Six Axis says, what are...
Cough off the review. I'm trying to hear what they say.
Says, when I first heard of Stray Gods, I was intrigued. A video game musical might not totally work, but at least it would be interesting to play, I thought. How wrong I was! The concept of Stray Gods is the most interesting thing about it, but the execution is boring to the extreme. If you want a fun musical video game experience, you're better off watching Singing in the Rain whilst repeatedly changing the volume on the remote. That way you'll have better songs, a more enjoyable story, more interactivity, and a greater sense of player control than Stray Gods provides. I could hear the anger in that typing, so I had to...
Yeah.
But I will give you another review, since the first one was a troll. RPG Site says, well, Stray Gods is subtitled The Role-Playing Musical. It plays much more akin to a visual novel or adventure game than what one might call an RPG, though the musical part still applies. The music is especially fun, and some tracks definitely would have a place in the theater.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go 72.
Okay. I could not read the Singing in the Rain remote review.
Yeah, I understand. No, I was impressed. Singing in the rain. Singing in the rain.
The score is 82%. And I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at a lot of low scores, so people are lying on their one of the two. I'm not sure which one.
They want it to be good.
Yeah. It does seem like a cool premise, though. Like, I'm still interested. So next up, we have Quake 2.
No, that game is 1,002 years old. This is
When I saw it on the list, I had to put it on there.
I figured out problem with you millennials. You're almost old. You're not there yet. You're almost there.
So we got to keep bringing stuff back.
Right?
It counts as a new release for some reason. It shouldn't.
The game's from 1996.
Yeah, it should count as a port or a remaster, but it is a new release.
It's 1996, maybe it's 2004.
Quake 2? 1997.
Ugh. The game was released in 1997.
When I saw it on the list of new releases, I was like, come on. I was like, no, I have to do it now just to mess with Rugrid.
Yeah, no, this one I've actually seen some news about.
Okay.
For some reason. Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yep.
In 1997.
Should have got ice cream on the way back from work. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some right now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Here, Faith. Hear that.
They said 81.
82.
I like this rivalry you have going on.
Banana.
The score is 91.
Oh, well, excuse me. See what's going on here?
I've got two blurbs for you here. Nintendo Life says Quake 2 arrives on Switch in the form of one of the very best remasters we've ever had the pleasure of digging into. With enhanced graphics and audio, refined AI, all new animations, the ID Vault, the id Vault, I read that without thinking, a brand new episode, and all previously released DLC in the mix, plus the N64 version. This is an exhaustive package that Quake fans are absolutely going to eat up. And adding crossplay support, gyro controls, and lots of co-op and competitive ways to play locally and online, and you've got an absolutely outstanding release.
Remember what we did? Remember when games are great?
Yep. They literally took a game that is still great today and just made it playable everywhere.
Might as well.
Yeah, that's one of the best games of the year because it's just a great game re-released again.
Yeah? Where's GoldenEye?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree.
Look. I'm just saying. No,
I got one more for you, though.
Okay.
This was from South Korea, from Sector. It says, I'm sorry, not South Korea. I read Sector.sk. It's from Slovakia, which is the other SK. If you like action games, you've never played Quake 2, and you don't judge games on graphics alone, you won't find a better deal on the market right now. For just a few bucks, you can get hours of shooting fun. Even if you've already played the game, it's worth coming back. You'll enjoy the new content. You'll enjoy the always playable multiplayer. You'll enjoy the slightly improved graphics.
I don't know.
I really like the phrase slightly improved graphics.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to fix them, you know?
Well, they need to fix them. Just go look. They need fixing. But no,
still looks great.
No, I'm sorry. I'm off on a rabbit trail here because I'm wondering how they're running it.
Yeah.
If they're doing we don't have Oblivion remake yet. We will now.
Yeah.
Because it's a brand new creation engine. It doesn't run the same. You can't just import it over. So there were some games that when they're getting updated, they're running two engines. They're running the old engine, and they're having a new engine that interprets it, maybe puts new skins on stuff.
Right.
They get the texture packs and some other stuff from there.
Yeah.
So they're actually two programs in one. So it's got nothing to do with the score, but I'm kind of wondering about this.
Good to know.
I gave the 86.
Okay.
I'm still Waverly score again. Go 86.
89 from Faith. Score is 100%.
Play this game. That's some nostalgia crap right there. All right. Look, I will 100% say go play Battle on the Atari. I know what it is. Right?
Yeah.
So
I think part of it is the crossplay and the DLC being included. Because Quake 2 had a lot of DLC.
Yeah.
And so getting all that in one package for how much is it running on Steam right now? Let me see.
No, there's people. It's look, yeah, I like Fortnite, but come on, I remember when. I'm going to buy that and play that then.
Good. Is that what you were about to say?
What?
It's true. When shooters were good. So it's $10, and the best part about it to me is if you already had OG Quake 2 on Steam, which I did, you get the upgraded version for free. So
might as well then, right?
Yeah,
definitely worth a revisit for that. You can't beat that price. Go through that.
Our last game for tonight is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game.
99. They've never done good with video games and horror movies.
Nope.
I remember I played Friday the 13th for Nintendo, but they had it got released again later, I do believe.
Faith is right there with you, 98.
That's funny. Oh man. Obviously, they're not going to make a game where you're Leatherface. You're going to be victims trying to get away from him. This might not be a bad game. Realistically, I'm going to say 88. I feel like it doesn't work, but I am. I'm going to say 88.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up I think it's an asymmetrical horror game where one player does play as Leatherface, like Dead by Daylight style.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Fair enough. So, I'll do that.
Okay, what score did you say?
I said 88. We have a 89. And then they're going.
Still playing by those rules, huh?
Yeah.
The score is 80.
Not bad. I wouldn't be surprised if that bombed, because that format doesn't always work.
Right. That's fair. PC Invasion says the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game does not just use the horror franchise's aesthetic, but builds its core mechanics around the film's essence. The cinematography, music, and tone have been studied with religious fervor to recreate a macabre world. Toby Hooper? Is that the name of the creator? Created almost 50 years ago? I thought it was somebody else in my head, but maybe I'm probably just wrong. Moreover, the gameplay and character progression give it just one more feeling that is severely missing from other asymmetrical horror titles. Texas Chainsaw Massacre game transforms the iconic franchise into a terrifying experience that will haunt players for a long time.
Okay.
Windows Central says the Texas Chainsaw Massacre presents a distinctive virtual house of nightmares, unlike any of its asymmetrical contemporaries. Every match feels like a bite-sized 3-act horror flick, packed with gripping tension, genuine scares, and gratuitous murder. Technical problems and limited content variety put a damper on the overall package, but there's ample twisted fun to have with friends and foes in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go 76.
Okay.
76. What do we have?
I'm just gonna say you and Faye should have kept up your game because the score's 75%.
Yeah. Well, whatever. God.
All right. Well, that'll move us into announcements. We don't have many of those today, and they won't take very long, but there is some cool stuff.
Okay.
First things first, Game Pass games have been announced for the month.
Okay.
It's going to be Firewatch coming to cloud console PC. You know, hey, that's a good walking simulator is the term a lot of people use, but it's got a lot of puzzles in it.
Okay.
Gris is coming, or Grease, to cloud console PC. Not Grease, that Grease. Gris, as in the young girl walking through the painful experiences of her life, which I guess in some ways also fits Grease.
Do that. Maybe we'll get in those pants, Olivia.
Right. Sea of Stars, cloud console and PC. Really excited for that one. That's coming August 29th. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming August 18th. It's coming up very soon, 3 days from now, for Game Pass, cloud console, and PC as well.
Fine.
And there's also like some weird things here of like they're not adding as many games this time because if you have the Starfield Premium Edition upgrade, you get to play it 5 days early, so it doesn't count for being a September game. It counts for being an August game. So they're not adding as many games as they normally do. That just sounds like it's, semantics at that point. But
we're going to play the system as best we can.
Yeah. And the games leaving are Black Desert, Commandos 3 HD Remaster, Immortality, Nuclear Throne, Surgeon Simulator 2, and Tinykin.
Okay.
After that, we have the PlayStation Plus games that are coming for this month, which we don't always get a heads up on, which is why sometimes we don't always cover them. But these are interesting because not all of them do you get for the basic subscription. Remember, they now have 3 tiers of subscription. Makes it dumb. For the basic subscription, you get Sea of Stars and Medieval and Ape Escape. And if you have the higher one, then you also get Moving Out 2 and the Witch Queen expansion for Destiny 2 and Lost Judgment.
Okay.
Some cool stuff there, but nothing too crazy, you know? And then, announcement-wise, we move into some really fun stuff, I think, which is the Guild Wars 2 login reward changes.
Okay.
So, how it works right now in Guild Wars 2, you log in, and if you log in, then it has like a monthly track, and for every day you log in, you get different rewards up until the end of the month when you get a big chest that can give you extra gold find, extra karma find, all that stuff, right?
Okay.
They're changing that with a new expansion to be all tied into the Wizard's Tower. So the way that the login works every day is you get that one reward, and then you have 3 achievements out of a list of like 12, that if you do any of those 3, you get 2 gold for free, and you also get some rewards. They're now changing it to where when you go into the the Wizard's Tower, you get acclaim. That's the word I tried to combine with wizard. You get 5 acclaim every time you log in.
Okay.
And you get 10 acclaim every day if you do the daily quests. So it's going to be exactly the same as it was before, but now you have to go somewhere to get them. And I kind of don't like that. But the good side of it is you can now spend the acclaim on whatever of the rewards you want. So if you don't need more laurels, then theoretically you don't have to get laurels. You could just get the stuff you want out of the login rewards. The only thing we don't know right now is how much stuff costs in the acclaim shop. And that's the big, like, hey, is it going to be 1 for 1 the way it was before, and now I can just pick the rewards I want? Or are things going to cost more that I want more? You know, like, that's kind of up in the air. But they announced as part of this that there's going to be, now bear with me when I say this, there's going to be season passes, but they're not going to cost you anything, and the rewards never go away. So they're only season passes in the vein of that's how the way it works in this, like, the whole gaming sphere. We call that a season pass, right?
Yeah.
But there is no FOMO, no fear of missing out. You earn it as you want, and you can always go back and get those old rewards. So if we have to give up some of the login stuff to be able to start building towards rewards that I can just go back and get forever, that's cool. But if I have to give up a lot of login stuff for that, and I don't yet know what those rewards are going to be from the reward pass, you know, it makes it kind of up in the air. Like, in Lotro, I'm earning reward track while I'm doing basically anything.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff I want, some of it I don't really care about. It'd be nice if I could go back and finish that reward track at any time, but I don't really care to.
Yeah.
But this isn't just going to be like pets and stuff. This is going to be like mount skins and weapon skins and stuff like that. So,
Kind of the same idea still.
yeah. I like that it's not going away.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. But that was the announcement. That leads us into news. Well, I have some news for you, my friend.
Okay.
Let's talk about Baldur's Gate some more.
Oh my gosh. Fine. Rub it in.
So, Baldur's Gate 3 came out.
Yeah.
And it is really fun, right? But there are some people that went a little overboard, is maybe the term. Baldur's Gate 3 is a very polished game in a lot of ways, right? Sound like Bob the Tomato. And we got a show for you. I'm very red. Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot of polish. Not when it comes to bugs, but when it comes to like options. Your choices at any moment will affect just about anything, right? It looks good. The graphics are good. Gameplay is really fun. This led some people doing that thing they always do that I can't stand, where they say that this game has changed gaming forever and no game can ever come out that hasn't learned the lessons from this game. We saw that with Breath of the Wild. We saw that with God of War. You know, you and I have been around the block a couple days with video games. We've seen that for a long time.
Yeah, maybe it is that big of a deal.
Right.
I don't think it games that like kind of change the landscape.
Yeah, Super Mario 64, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, they were like big deals.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's that big. It's like Bethesda with Starfield, right?
Yeah.
This is the most important RPG ever to be released.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't think that's true. And I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 is that big of a step or anything. I think it's just very good, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the same exact thing as when Tears of the Kingdom came out and people were like, video games will never be the same. Like, no, I think they'll be fine. Video games will keep coming out. Not every game has to be Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom, but every Tears of the Kingdom, I kind of want an I Am Fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just, so I don't know. There is that style.
Yeah.
And I think these games, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout, this idea of, you can just explore and go down. I do think they're getting better in some ways, like maybe incorporating story or
right.
Well, that works, right?
Yeah.
Like I think you can play most of the games I just mentioned without really ever having to do much of the story.
Yeah.
And still get hundreds of hours of play into them.
Right.
That. And I expect Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be along that line.
Yeah, I think so too. But it was after all this support that I think Larian deserves, right? They made a really good game. The people that took it too far got responded to by other dev teams, telling them that, not every game can be this. Not every game has this budget or this time or, a producer that will let them make these choices. And when the indie game developers were saying it, or the smaller teams were saying it, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Not every game can have this level of polish. But when Blizzard started saying it, that was where things broke a little bit for me.
Yeah.
No, Blizzard, you have bigger teams than Larian. You have more money than Larian. What do you mean?
Right? No. Like that can't. Yeah, from the small software teams, I can definitely understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, from Blizzard, that's not a good. Everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Context there, Blizzard.
So IGN made a video. Destin Rhodes from IGN made a video talking about the whole scenario and everything going on, and he kind of downplayed a lot of the smaller devs that were saying it and just focused on the big ones.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I mean, the big ones are the ones that shouldn't be saying it. But it doesn't make some of the claims not true. The small devs can't afford to do that. And his video was mostly focused on how Baldur's Gate 3 came out and it doesn't have predatory microtransactions or anything like that. But meanwhile, Destiny 2 can't afford to make new Gambit modes and can only come out with one map for an entire year for the multiplayer when they have more people and a bigger budget and all that stuff. And he's not wrong in that regard, right?
No, but the system they're using was made for Divinity 2.
Yeah.
It was built to add stuff to that game.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate's not Divinity. He's using that engine.
Right.
And look, I'm speaking from ignorance here. You know, that it seems like, hey, no, there's more translation going on.
Yeah.
Between the world and the software here.
Yeah. So it's become a big mess in a lot of ways. Of the smaller devs are still right. The people that are saying that all games should be to this standard that are made by AAA devs are still right. But the people that are saying all games ever should be at this standard now, that's not correct. And the AAA devs that are saying, hey, we can't afford to make games like that. Well, no, you could.
Yeah.
There's just reasons you can't, and that reasons is called upper management's making too much money. But it's made for a big mess that unfortunately I think has marred some people's launch for this game that otherwise was not big on everybody's radar, right? It's in a niche genre of CRPG, which is not a huge genre, that kind of blew up because it is really polished, but it's not a standard that every game has to be Baldur's Gate 3 from now on. You know, I think it's muddied the waters too much.
No, that's a kind of a dumb view.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree.
Do that.
That is the state of discussion around Baldur's Gate 3 now because of the debacle, as we say, that has come out from it. It's a very good game that's being put on a pedestal.
I don't know. Maybe we can put this energy into the food air situation.
Yeah. Any of that would be great.
We'll work some of that out first.
There's a strike going on right now with a bunch of people that can't afford to eat. Like,
well, Baldur's Gate made an announcement, you know, right when kind of when, you know, tabletop was you know, really doing well.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was on board with that, you know. And we were making money with that, and that they kind of dropped the announcement, and that wasn't just coincidentally.
Right.
Made this game, you know, no. It's because when they showed it off, the first thing you saw was mind flayers.
Yeah.
Right. Think through. It's a little bit different.
And I think. Go ahead.
Well, no, there was intentions with the marketing of this, so it was kind of a hyped up game.
Yeah.
Right.
No, for sure. I think a big thing that helps is that the CEO of the company was like, "Hey, do whatever you need to make the game good." Like that doesn't happen in a lot of companies. And when people are saying, you know, well, Blizzard could do this. Yeah, Blizzard could do this. But there's got to be a lot of changes before they can, and it's not the regular Blizzard devs' fault that they can't do this.
Yeah.
But Blizzard still shouldn't be out there saying, our games can't be like this. It's like, yeah, they could, though. If you'd commit to it, they could.
Right, nobody's saying you have to make a copy of Baldur's Gate 3. They're just saying there's a standard out there that people should be able to have for AAA games.
Yeah.
You know? Look, if it's an indie game, it's an indie game.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take that on face value. It doesn't play good, it doesn't play good.
Right.
Know? Some indie games have been great. So
yeah.
Okay, you know. Won't do that. But with your AAA title, you can't tell me you can't put out a smooth game.
Yeah. There's no reason that Pokemon should run the way it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
But talking about Blizzard, Overwatch 2 came out on Steam, and it's now the lowest rated all-time game on Steam.
Anybody who'd play it would be a fool, I would think.
Yep.
I mean, and I understand. Maybe you do love the game, the character design of it, but for what they've done to their customers through this title is just rude.
Yep. And this is really, in a lot of ways, the first place that fans of this game that have been done dirty by this game have been able to voice that where it matters. It doesn't matter a lot, but it's the first place where it matters at all. Because anything on forums, anything on Reddit, anything, even on the Blizzard forums, that stuff all gets deleted, right? Blizzard runs that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you go, hey, here's the critically acclaimed Overwatch 2, and you click on the page and you see overwhelmingly negative, and it has hundreds of thousands of negative reviews, that means something in a way that nothing else has really been able to at this point.
Dude bombed by haters.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say, but that's what they're going to say. But it is the lowest rated game of all time on Steam. So,
we've been setting all kinds of records this year.
yeah.
All right.
So that's really all we have for that. I felt like we had to include that because look, you got to pay something for all that dirty that you did to everybody. Next up, Total War 3 has a debacle.
Look, you need a thesaurus. All right.
All right, let's do backlash instead of debacle.
Okay, there we go. You can't keep using debacle.
So, Total War Warhammer 3, right? Has a new DLC coming out. And the way that they've done DLC for a long time is that it'll be $10 for 2 lords and a handful of units, right? That's the way they do DLC. You can then take those units and those lords and put them in other campaigns, and you can do stuff with them. We do have an ad. I'm going to take a quick drink. Hey, Dark.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
was
enough, Doc.
nighty-nighted is how I'm going to call it from now on. That is a great way to put it. What were you doing? I was nighty-nighted.
Yeah. I woke up and wasn't sure what year it was. Other than that, I understand. Take care of your business.
For sure. But now, this new DLC pack. Remember, the other ones are nighty-nighted. Ooh. The other ones were $10 for 2 lords and some units, right? It's you on Sunday evening? I don't blame you. The new pack is $25 for 3 lords and the same number of units. And these lords aren't the same. So in the previous packs, they were heroes as well, so you could use them in stuff in other armies, right? One of the new campaigns in this one, you are way too late, Nightbot. One of the new campaigns in this one is Mother Ostankia for the Kislev faction. She's a Baba Yaga stand-in, right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be able to take her with it.
Kindergarten.
Right. But you can't. They're getting no new Lord characters in this DLC, which means if you want to play as Mother Ostankia with beasts that she leads, you have to be led by knights and nobles instead of them giving you a character or a hero that is of that faction. That would make sense, like they have with the first 2 DLCs.
I don't know. Buy more.
Yeah, that's what they're wanting you to do. They're going, yeah, it's okay. We're gonna get a new character that you can take with them in the next set of DLC that'll also be $25. So just wait and buy that. So
10 lords and they need to be leaping.
right, and as if all that wasn't bad enough, there are bugs from day one that still haven't been fixed. That are like game crashing bugs, game ending, run ending bugs.
I hate that.
I really want to like this game, but every time I go to play it, the load times are so long, even on my SSD, and nothing's been done to fix that.
All right, load times I can deal with.
Yeah.
When I get through that loading, it's worth it. Like if you're saying, look, we got long load times, but that's so we can get all the graphics in, get everything be lined up, double checks, blah blah blah. So when you get into the game, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I can deal with a long loading time for that.
I would agree with you if it was only one load.
Yeah.
But I was looking at 3 to 4 minute loading times every time. When I load into the main menu, 3 to 4 minutes. When I load into my save, 3 to 4 minutes. When I load into the map, 3 to 4 minutes. When I load into the battle, 3 to 4 minutes.
God, you're so impatient.
That's a lot of loading time when you look at that. To just get into a battle, that's almost 20 minutes of loading time.
You have to change out the disc.
Yeah, I would rather change out the disc. I can do that faster than 3 to 4 minutes.
Gotta get it.
I watch Knights of the Round every time, okay?
God.
So, yeah, it's suffice to say the Total War community is not.
I'm sure those games, I don't know, they lost something.
Yeah.
For me. And it's not, it would be easy to say, hey, when you played the first one, you played a cool game, and also you got a history lesson.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking multiple levels. So but it's not just them moving away. I feel like even the second one in that series kind of lost something.
Yeah.
And it looked a lot better.
I agree. I was so excited when that one came out. You remember, I believe, I was talking how excited I was on the podcast that I got access to it early, and a mess. But
All right.
you know what else is a mess?
No, because it's redacted.
Street Fighter 6 cross TMNT. The costumes have been revealed. You don't get them just by playing. You got to buy them.
Yeah, but you do.
And they are
So when you do that, somebody shows up to a tournament or you get online play and somebody shows up and they got the turtle outfit on, like, it's gonna be that kid.
yeah. I'm gonna ask you to guess how much you think it costs to get all of the turtle outfits.
They're just outfits.
Yep.
I'm appalled. They should be no more than 99 cents a piece. So I would think $5 would cover it.
Okay. $100. Oh. One outfit is 750 fighter coins. They don't sell 750 fighter coins, of course. You'd have to buy 3 sets of the 250 fighter coins, which is $15 because they're $5 a piece for them. All of the costumes are 5,300 fighter coins because that includes the stickers, that includes the taunts, that includes the icons. So for that, you got to buy 2 bundles of the 2,750 fighter coins because they don't sell 5,300 fighter coins, and that's $100. The game costs $60, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How much you love TMNT?
Not enough.
Also, like, they're just skins. The turtles don't look that different from each other. That's fair, Waverly. It's just the headband, really. Because they're not going to be using their weapons. That's true. It's still Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive has an additional reason you buy those costumes. For the camera mode. That's all I'm saying.
Volleyball is a serious sport.
It's ridiculous to me to go, yeah, you know, we're so excited to bring Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Street Fighter 6. That'll be $100, please.
Yeah.
Even 15 is too much for one skin, in my mind.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, okay, so you're adding in taunts, voice icons, maybe?
Yeah. It's the newer versions of the character design from Rise of the TMNT.
Okay. Ugh. I don't know. That's a money grab.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Well, I wish I could tell you that the sandwich was really well laid out today where you got good news, bad news, good. But I do have some more bad news for you before we get to the final good news.
Yeah.
Which is Game Pass Trial is getting dropped from a month to 14 days.
That's gonna pay. That's gonna look. People are gonna have to. That's gonna cause twice as many fake emails.
Yep.
It does.
Yep. Because that's really all that's changed. Is just now instead of a month for a dollar or a pound or however they run it out for your region, it's 14 days.
Yeah.
Game Pass is a really good deal. It's a really good bargain. I understand why they want to drop it because I'm sure they're losing money on that deal. But also, as you said, make more emails.
Yeah. Because of that. Well, I don't know. Because they had. These have tiers
I don't blame you.
on the Game Pass, right? Because it was silver and gold.
Yeah.
That's not what it is anymore.
No. Now it's, I got it over here. It is.
Ultimate. You got like Game Pass, you get Game Pass Ultimate. I think there's another tier in there.
Yeah, there's console and PC, and then Ultimate, and Ultimate comes with EA Play as well.
EA Play. EA Sports is in the game. In your game, and not in the real game.
Right.
Sorry, that's a tangent.
No, that's true though. Microtransactions like that are not in the actual sport, so why are they in F1?
Yeah. No, I'm not. The crossover thing's getting a little silly. It's been silly.
Yeah, it has.
It's been silly. Like a crossover should mean something.
I agree. It should be like when Noctis Lucis Kylum showed up in Tekken. It was a full cutscene of him answering the phone, getting the call to come to Tekken, coming to Tekken, running into Tekken characters, fishing in Tekken. They put the work in to make it make sense for him to be there.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want from a crossover. I don't just want, hey, here's this guy, you know.
Yeah.
Or hey, here's this skin. I have that's knocked all right. Exactly. Like, you know, when we look at we look at Link in Soul Calibur 2. It was dumb for him to be there, but they made it make work. They made it make sense in the story, right?
Yeah.
The god summoned Link so that he could put all the rest of them to the test, and you had people like Sophicia being like, how are we supposed to get past his defense? And Link's just standing there with his shield up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Let's say it's a little bit different. That's not a skin.
Right. That's a character.
Yeah, you've added character, you've had content, you've had all this stuff. You're not charging $100 for it.
Right.
I do believe that was included with the release of the new game.
Yeah, it was not DLC. You just got it.
You just got it.
Mm-hmm. Same universe. Sure, I get you.
Yeah.
There are definitely some bad ones. Doctor Who and Eve.
Well, I have, don't cross the streams. Give me each own universe. I do think there's some crossovers. It's been okay.
Yeah.
It's been good. And but it's like they're sillier and sillier almost each time you put them out.
Yeah.
Like the Doctor Who Eve one just, okay.
Yep. Well, talking about silly stuff, I have absolute nonsense to give you for the last news story of the night.
Okay.
Gen Con, magic, theft, can't use debacle. Backlash is not right.
We've already used it.
Magic, theft. My brain keeps going storm. Stupidity. There we go. Thanks, Dark. Because that's absolutely what it is. So at Gen Con, which was, very recently, just this last week. I think it was like the end of the week before, right? But at Gen Con, Magic the Gathering had a bunch of new cards that were coming out.
Yeah.
And a couple dudes, cool dudes in their sunglasses, trying to hide their identities.
Surfers did not steal these cards, huh?
No. They stole an entire... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was making a joke about stealing, but go ahead. Yeah, no.
They stole an entire pallet's worth that was put on a dolly of Magic the Gathering cards. Now, normally we would not be covering a story like this because we don't cover real life theft most of the time, right? But
yeah,
the police claim they have no leads. I'm not going to get into the police side of things because I know who these guys are. And with a couple seconds of Googling, you would know who these guys are. I'm sure that's just PR, so they're not saying they're in the middle of an investigation. Because one of the two guys that stole these cards is wearing a t-shirt in the pictures from the cameras that were there. That is a very specific t-shirt for a card game called Castle Assault, which is a card game that is not out yet, created by two people, and he's wearing the shirt for the game that he designed that is part of the project where the shirts will be given out when the game comes out.
it's not giving much inspiration.
It is.
For the human race.
It is so obviously him. It is not funny.
Oh.
Like he could have legitimately taken his shades off and looked at the camera, and it would have been harder to identify him.
It's Sim Marty. Yep.
Obviously, I'm not going to name him on here, right? You can find it if you look. The name is everywhere. People are really making fun of this guy. But
They probably should, yeah.
just,
Look, wizards.
yeah,
That's a good way to get the Pinkertons to your door.
that's right.
Yeah. If you're gonna be stupid, be smart about it.
Yep.
We
So
made it-
he made his own game. You know, I'm sure he's real excited to show his game off at Gen Con.
Well, see how that goes.
As far as we know, the story is that they were walking by while cards were being unloaded, and they just grabbed a pallet jack and followed behind the rest of the people unloading it, and nobody knew they weren't coworkers, right? Because it's for a convention, so you don't know most of the people you're working with.
Yeah, it's a con game. That's how.
And so they loaded it up onto a dolly and then tried to carry it out. At first, people thought it was the new Disney card game. And moments after that had been reported, there were armed police walking around Gen Con because, of course, Disney was like, they did what?
Yeah.
That's not how wizards work, as we know. These guys will definitely have already been visited by the Pinkertons at this point, and hopefully are in custody and not, Pinkertoned. But it just, why would you, first off, of course there's cameras. Second off, why would you, I guess it must have been like a heat of the moment kind of thing of like, oh, we could just do this right now.
I guess. I don't know. Go big, go home, I guess.
Yeah.
Look, your game does well. You can afford a battle of cards.
Right. So anyway, that's all we know right now. That's probably all we're ever gonna know, to be honest. I don't expect it to become the news whenever he gets arrested or anything like that, but everybody knows who he is. It's like it's gonna happen. So, yeah.
Yes.
Your lesson for today is if you decide to steal a pallet of magic cards, don't wear the shirt of the company of the game you designed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. All right, well let's throw it over to your corner.
All right, fine. Fine. As usual, let me put the time down.
Okay.
So we get the important part of the podcast for sure.
Yeah.
So that. Okay, so we start this off always with a birthday.
Okay.
And it is Ben Affleck's birthday today.
Okay.
Yeah, I owe
Birthday,
him an
Batman.
Yeah, I owe him an apology. When I heard that he was going to be cast as Batman, I was like, man, I don't think he's going to do a good job. And I think he did a good job as Batman. I think they had him in the wrong movie.
Yeah.
If you're going to give us Frank Miller's Batman, you got to give us the Frank Miller story. Just do that.
For sure.
But it was all right. Happy birthday. I know you're probably reading scripts. Can't read it right now. Maybe you got getting over something. I don't know.
Whack in.
To catch up. So happy birthday, Ben Affleck. I need to call out a warning just for anybody who lives in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a manhunt going on there. They have a suspected Cotamundus on the loose there. And I just wanted to let people know. Maybe somebody will hear, could save their life. Apparently, according to witnesses, it looks like they thought a possum head was on a raccoon body, and they said it has a big, long, white face with bitty black eyes, is what's said there.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, apparently these things aren't from here. I've never heard of one. A Cotamundus.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch it and relocate it. We've heard that story before.
Right.
Do that. And look, they kind of like raccoons. They can act tame or even friendly, but are very unpredictable and very harmful for humans, so don't approach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the description, the long white face with little bitty black eyes, that reminds me of a teacher I once had. But somebody had said, a butterball turkey with a black wig. I'd have thought of her as well. So just be on the lookout for there's no planes. It's the reason why Texas doesn't fall in the Gulf. Oklahoma sucks. But yeah, so the Cotamundus, I'm probably not even saying it right. Hopefully it gets caught and sent back to South America where it comes from. This illegal immigration is getting out of hand.
See if I can pull up a image of this thing.
Okay, probably a good idea. Because you don't know what it is either, people.
No, I'm completely new to this. It's in Oklahoma?
Yeah, it's in Oklahoma. It's not from Oklahoma. If you pull up Cotamundus, you're gonna have to go take pictures from South America more than like it.
Wow.
Appreciate your honesty, Dark. Appreciate your I didn't know what that was. I thought it was a weird coat, just like that in Mundus.
Okay. I'm spelling it wrong, but yeah, that's okay. I will pull up a picture of this thing. It's
okay.
Wow.
A second. We'll move on to the second story.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
I understand completely why that was what they thought it was. I will send you a picture as well.
Yeah, it's a weird. So it's a very weird looking creature. I had to look it up before talking about it because I thought somebody had a stroke and fell on the keyboard while they were writing that headline.
Right.
So I have the Kodaman among us.
It is cute, but if I saw it in the dark, I would 100% think it was a weird possum coon thing.
Yeah, right. What's great is I clicked over, and that's what I love about Discord. I clicked over to look at the picture because Discord popped up. Hey, you got a message? And I was like, and there was a Gunpla facing me, and I was like, yeah, that's not what's loose enough. That would be such a much cooler story.
It would.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird creature. It's not supposed to be here. It got loose. What? And the point of this story is the reason why it's here. It's very cute creature, and like I said, lemur is a good thing, kind of maybe like that or something like that. But yeah, it's not supposed to be here. It's out of its environment. Probably the illegal pet trade. I'm not sure that a Coda mundus is illegal to have here. I imagine it might be, just because this has got to be Oklahoma's got to be a completely different environment for it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. Hopefully they can get it home, and it'll be okay. If I do get an update, I will let you know.
Okay.
For that, I got to tell you about this lady. This lady named Alice Cohen.
Okay.
Now she was at this place called Italy. It's Eataly. It's a play on the word on the country Italy, right?
Okay.
Guess what kind of food they have? It's Italy.
Mexican food.
In Boston. Yeah, exactly. That's why this story doesn't make any sense. But apparently, well, at this place, she was there with her husband. She was at Italy, which I kind of do want to go eat there.
Yeah, why not?
But she was there, and something happened. She fractured her ankle.
No.
Yeah. And so, apparently, now I'd like to point out that her medical expenses, that include a hospital visit and physical therapy, have resulted in more than $7,500 in bills. And this is what was filed to the court, right? But that's not the point of this story, which I think could be a very poignant discussion.
Yeah.
About the price of those bills. But, she had a fractured ankle. Whatever happened. But what happened was, and there was a piece of prosciutto on the floor, which she stepped on and fell, sustaining bodily injuries, a loss of enjoyment of life, pain and suffering, and necessary medical expenses for medical care and attention. That is the most lawyer speak I can think of.
Oh, yeah.
Lawyer speak right there before she lost. Yes, but now they're suing for $50,000, which may be another point of discussion about how much it'd be for slipping on prosciutto.
Right.
I'm kind of upset because nowhere in the story does it say what happened to the prosciutto.
Yeah.
Did they just throw it away?
I might have still eaten it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. It's going to be how they go about it. If you want to win that case, you would have to say, I think you would have to take the civil rights line.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer. Why are you asking these questions?
Hold on. I'll pull up a picture of that too. Put it on stream.
Prosciutto. First of all, you misspelt it, you uncultured swine. No, it's a cured ham. That the way they do it, and it's really thin sliced. And the way they do it is, it started in Italy, so they brought that up. It kind of reminds me of like uncooked bacon.
Yeah.
Looking at it, and that's my uncultured swine view of it.
I'm just gonna keep putting pictures of what we're talking about on stream until the stream is just full of random nonsense pictures.
What a concept! Because depending on what we're talking about, that could be a really weird collage at the end of it.
Yeah, right now there's a Cotamendus and some prosciutto on the screen. So.
Well, hey, maybe people will stop. What's going on in this video?
Right. I'll just make sure that's the thumbnail.
What am I saying? Hold on. Now, Italy is supposed to be a gourmet Italian restaurant.
Okay.
And they are, I don't know, like with something that cheesy, Italian. I have a hard time believing it's gourmet.
Right.
Italy, really?
Yeah.
Do that. I mean, that's no Olive Garden. You know, that's
unlimited breadstick.
Getting fancy right there. No Olive Garden going through. But no, all right, good deal, Dark. I don't know who to root for here. Yeah, you probably should have the prosciutto off the floor. Watch where you're stepping.
Yeah.
There's another thing. I don't want to come down too harshly on the lady that broke her ankle. That sounds horrible.
Right.
It's not a good thing. I think the thing I think what I've come way with, and why I bring it up is just that sounds like a waste of good prosciutto.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm most offended about.
Agree.
But yes, I'm hoping this goes down as some kind of like historic law case. You know. Well, we all know about the prosciutto ruling. I know.
Citing prosciutto law.
Right, exactly. Doesn't that have a nice ring to it? Quit talking about breadsticks. I want some breadsticks.
Yeah, breadsticks. All right. Throw it over to your assignment then.
Fine. What will I be playing?
You wound up playing Felix the Reaper.
Not a bad game. That's a good little puzzle game.
Yeah.
Fun little puzzles on it. They went the extra step and were like, hey, see how he's dancing? These are dancers. And this is what we did to make this come alive.
Yeah.
That's just a cool thing to add in the game. You know?
Do you think he could join the name of that game earlier? The Stray Gods musical?
No idea. I don't want to comment further on that.
Okay. Well, chat, you know how it works. 2 minutes on the clock. Please don't say the name of the games. One, 2, and 3. How forcefully did she step on it?
I don't know. There's lots of questions. I'm saying your ankle's been broke by prosciutto. I'm going to need some clarification.
Yeah, like, did she slide all the way into the kitchen and bang her head on a pot and then hit the ground and keep sliding until she rammed into the wall underneath the stove? And that's how she broke it?
Maybe.
That's how I would do it if I was making the movie about it.
Right. Be bad. I don't know if that one foot she put it down and it kept going while she didn't. I don't know. Right. Yeah. There's questions.
I'm just saying. It can still be cooked after that.
If you get it hot enough. 5-second rule, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know for sure. But maybe this is the type of lady where the bottom of her shoes don't sting. No, she's not gonna have that.
Right.
What's that?
I do have, while we're doing this, I do have a anti-plug.
Okay. Dark
and I tried to play SD Gundam Battle Alliance crossplay last night, and their server system is dumb.
Really?
It wouldn't even let us join each other's parties. Like, we could invite each other, and it just, every time was connection error.
Disappointed.
I made a room, she couldn't join it. She made a room, I couldn't join it. We could see the room. We could see other people getting into rooms. But we couldn't.
That was like a big selling point for it, right? That was a big thing for For an update, wasn't it?
Yeah, the crossplay update was a big thing. But, nope. So, I'm going to try downloading it on Xbox, because we were doing PC to Xbox. They say it works. We could see each other's rooms, but it wasn't working. So, I'm going to try downloading on Xbox and see if that works, because it should, theoretically. We couldn't play it from PlayStation to Xbox, even though that was originally supposed to work.
That's just play.
Right. Yeah, it's not crossplay anymore. And if that doesn't work, oh no.
If you can't get just play to work, you got problems.
Yeah. I still have to download it, Dark. I haven't even. Okay. The vote is done. You will be playing. I'm not surprised at all, by the way, that this is the game that won. I also think that, Dark, for some reason. I don't have a lot of faith in this game's multiplayer. You will be playing Bendy and the Dark Revival.
Bendy and the Dark Revival.
Sent you the code.
I do believe I know the character Bendy.
Okay. Yeah, this was unanimous. There was no votes for anything else. Oh.
Okay, got the code.
All right.
Yeah. Or Bendy.
Right? That is the second game. Yeah, that's the one we got code for, was the second game.
Okay.
Might be some stuff you don't quite have all the answers for. I don't think it's going to be that way. We have to play the first game to play the second game, but
Let's see. We shall see.
that leads us into plugs.
Yeah.
You got any plugs?
Onto that. Yeah, I refer to him. I gotta give the Wi-Fi as a plug. They don't need it. Guy's doing great, but I really enjoy his content. It's well done.
Yeah.
Well put together. Yeah.
I'm going to plug XP to level 3. He did a video on Baldur's Gate 3, which was an edited down version of his stream, where he let his chat make all the choices, and they were in character creation for over an hour. And you know what? I respect it. That's a lot of time given to just every option letting chat vote. I respect it. I gotta plug that.
Right. He's got hit or miss, huh?
Yeah. Guess I never miss, huh?
Oh, shut up. Why?
I don't know. I did it and then hated it. I hated myself and then I did it.
Fair enough.
Holmes.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's the next slide.
Luck. You.
High five, Dark.
Can tell me every Dragon Ball Ash needs to get before he becomes the Avatar, but don't know the Constitution. I don't know what's going on. Can't stand y'all. What's going on?
Tomorrow, you'll be playing Bendy and the Dark Revival.
Yes.
Good luck reviving Dark. Thursday, we'll be talking about Inuit mythology.
Yeah, we will.
Stoked for that. And Friday, look, yesterday we talked about how I had 2 different ideas. I asked somebody about it last night, and the FF14 idea is not going to happen. It's not going to take near long enough for the stream. It can be done in 15 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
For sure. The other idea has been replaced because we're going to be playing Vimba.
Okay.
It's another game that should be able to be beaten in 2 hours. It's the one about the cooking. And if I can't get it to work for whatever reason, then we will just play some Baldur's Gate. So, 2-hour game? Yeah. I like those games where we can sit and beat them in one stream.
Yeah.
That's a good time. All right. And then Monday we'll be back with Lotro in Mo Mondays. We'll be trying to figure out what's going on with that library. I legitimately at one point last night woke up and the first thing on my mind was, what's going on though? I want to know. And then it was, man, I should probably get up and eat something. So, it
There.
but I'm excited for that. And then next Tuesday, we'll be back with a regular Tuesday podcast. We'll have news, reviews, all the fun stuff. And Rungren will tell us about some other terrible accident or some other frightening creature.
Yes. Yeah.
Anything else that you might have thought of, sir, that we need to talk about before we close out?
I think you covered it, Bubba.
All right. Until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
That's been Prosciutto. And over there's Codamundus. And we've been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always do the full spectrum.
Monday sounds dirty when you say it.
The life